Heyo, how's it going? Mm, ah, well, things are, I guess, pretty exhausting. Again. Ah, I'm not really sure what it is and what I have to do exactly to feel better, but whatever it is, I still feel great. I mean, I shouldn't really say it isn't absolutely great, but it's something. Let me just turn off the sounds. Right now, it's 3 in the morning, and I should probably quickly record this and then go to bed. But, well, let me just boot up the game. Might as well while I'm at it. So, today was another pretty unproductive day. Haven't done much. Woke up at 4, felt exhausted, felt like I couldn't get anything done. I don't know. I feel like things seem pretty, yeah. I don't know. It feels just uninspiring to do things. I think I'm probably in my energy low state or something. Not exactly sure what I could do about it, but at least I'm still going to the gym. I just came back a few hours ago, or like 1 hour ago. I've just been doing not that much lately because I've taken my vacation and wasn't really doing much besides just chilling. I said I would be doing things related to my video, but I ended up not really doing that. Instead, right now, I'm being an addict in Pokemon. So I told you guys that I finished Emerald yesterday. I mean, Leaf Green yesterday, and I actually started with Pokemon Emerald today. Nice. 10-second improvement. I actually started with Pokemon Emerald today, and I'm already halfway done. I've done like 5 gyms. Just 3 more to go. And it's pretty... Yeah, I'm also done with Rick and Morty. Watched all 7 seasons now. I'm done with all of the seasons. I don't know. I feel like at some point I just feel a bit empty after I finish the story of a show or the story of a game. Because whenever I play a game or whenever I watch a new show, I just invest a lot of just really feel connected to that world, and then to be suddenly dragged back into reality, I don't know, it just feels like I don't belong here. I wonder if anyone else has that. At least to me, I just feel... What do I feel? I guess lost? It's like I'm not really sure what I'm doing. Not really sure what to do. It's like I don't really have a direction. Like, I know I should be working on my videos, but I don't know. I just want to want to watch shows that I find interesting and play and do things I want to do. Guess that's not really weird, but I should probably not be chasing so much dopamine all the time and probably be more productive, at least with what matters. I think I just need a purpose in life. Because if I think about it, even if I become wealthy enough after I've become an electrical engineer, and become good in advanced chip design, and become good at all these other things, I still really want to see where I can get myself, see if I can help with pushing the brain chip technology, because I really want to work on that. Imagine playing a game in your head, like SAO style, or something more like Overlord, where you actually live inside the game. Because I don't know, IRL, there's just not much for me to look after. There's just so much, I don't know, tension all the time. Everyone wants something else from the world. It always feels a bit, it feels hard to actually achieve harmony in any substantial way. So I find it easier to just escape the real world and just put myself in the fake video game world, or in books as well. Just any kinds of story I can really fully immerse myself into. Because life is hard, man. Life is hard. Life isn't easy. And because it's not easy, it's very... you want to avoid it. And yeah, you can say you should just toughen up and take on the challenges and the hardships life has for you. But if you have nothing, if you've got no actual purpose in life, if you don't have anything to look after, or if you don't have anything to look out for, anything to look forward to, it's really hard to stay motivated to do anything. At least for me. Like, I don't really want to talk about it a lot, but suicide is never really off the table for me. Because, I don't know, life is just... but it's like, it sounds very grim and dark, but that's just real life in a nutshell. I mean, like, what even happens when we die? We just become these unconscious beings that, well, since you're unconscious, do you remember what happened when you were 3? Or before you were 3? No, I presume you don't, because that's not how our brains are made. And we forget things. And at least from my perspective, it doesn't really matter then what we experience once we're dead or before we're even born. But at the same time, since there's gonna be an eternal rest of darkness and just unconsciousness, I'm not saying I look forward to it, but I wouldn't mind it. And the biggest part, at least for me, is knowing that there is a way out. That it gives me the courage to fight on and just experience life no matter what it has to offer. I always arrive at the same conclusion the more I think about it. Every single time I dive into these kinds of deep philosophical moods, I pretty much just always find myself back with the answer of, you know, since we're going to be unconscious for eternity, at least from what we know, when we die, we might as well just live and experience everything, even though it is hard, even though things are crazy. Like, how crazy is that? That I'm playing the game right now, talking to the mic. Yeah, it's recording. And playing a game after I went to the gym at I went to the gym at 11:30 in the evening, and my buddy got this new bike, more like a scooter, a motor scooter, whatever. And we went to the gym together, and I was on a bike and he was on a scooter. I just put my hand on his shoulders, and he could help me. He could push me forward, basically, or pull me forward. And just as we went on our way to the gym, it started raining like crazy. Like, it started just pouring down. Like, before we were getting ready, there were barely any rain, just a few drops. But then when we took off, after 3 minutes or so, once we were already halfway, no, not halfway, once we were, it takes about 10 minutes to go to the gym. Once we were about 3 minutes on the route, it started pouring down, storming, big ass, what's it called? Just very, very harsh winds. And it, I don't know, going through it, because we were going at pretty high speeds. The scooter has a top speed of 50, and we were pretty much at 50 kilometers per hour, I'm pretty sure. And I was on a bike back then. Back then. And I don't know, just going on the bike, barely able to open my eyes because of the storm. In the rain, on the road, barely able to open my eyes because of the storm. The rain was just piercing into my eyes. I could barely keep them open because of the rain and the harsh winds. And it felt, at that moment, I mean, yeah, I always feel alive, but at that moment, I really felt alive. It felt like there was something more to life. And it felt like I was in a, I don't know, in a cool movie almost. It just had this cool, adventurous feeling to it. And I really enjoyed that feeling. It was really good. I mean, I could barely open my eyes at the time, but it's still a very nice feeling you don't really have when you're dead, when you're unconscious. So I appreciate it. I mean, I was wet as fuck, not in a sexual sense, but in a sense of like actual physically. All my clothes were wet because of the rain. When we were at the gym, I had to wring my clothes dry. It was so much water. But it didn't matter at that point, because I had fun, to be honest. I had fun. We did our leg day. I had fun on the ride. I had fun experiencing that feeling of, I guess, adrenaline, but also just feeling of just being somewhere else, doing something cool. I don't know. Just using my body, experiencing, feeling cold, feeling the drops of the raindrops, fighting against the wind to open my eyes. Really just experiencing the speed. I don't know, that whole experience just really spoke to me. And I'm really happy that I had that experience. I feel like, yeah, even though I did very little today, I still just feel, I think happy isn't the right word. I feel fulfilled. Today was a fulfilling day. And I think instead of looking towards a fulfilling life, we should make more fulfilling days. I think that's more important. Oop, 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 oop. Oh my god. So I also kind of Well, at first I didn't really look forward to making this video, but then I remembered the reason why I'm making I'm recording these videos to begin with. It's for myself. It's to speak about everything that happened, just kind of release my emotions and have something to talk about. Have someone to talk to, even though it's basically just myself watching back. I also really want to record these moments to look back on for whenever I feel like I need... No, just for memento purposes, I guess. Let's see. Huh. I keep messing up my counter strafes. I should probably work on that. Yeah. That's one thing about playing games while I talk, though. I kind of have to react to what's going on in the game. I mean, I already tried to do less of just competitive games and actually just spend more time on just practice maps that are more chill, that don't require much focus, where I can just do whatever and still talk. But I already lost my point. What was I even talking about? Games? No, before that. I was talking about, yeah, life. 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 Oh, we love life. I think life is pretty fun. Not in the traditional sense of, oh, I get dopamine from it, but in the sense of, oh, there's ups and downs. It's unpredictable. I think that's the biggest part. Life is unpredictable. That's the most fun part about it, I think. Because if it were very predictable, it'll be pretty boring, don't you think? I forgot who said it, but it's a pretty good point. It was like, hey, life is like a heart monitor. It's fun because it goes up and down. Or life exists because it goes up and down, because it has happy and sad moments. Happy, sad, angry. It's because we feel those fluctuations in our emotions that life is interesting and life is meaningful in any way. But if things were always the same and weren't changing all the time, what you'll have is a silent heart monitor, which is someone who's dead. Which is a cool perspective on life, I'd say. And I agree with that as well. Oh my god! But no, really, more and more I'm just... Even just right now, looking at the webcam, more and more I just think, life really is weird, Life really is fun. Life is unexpected, it's fun, it's painful, it's everything and anything, and that makes it exciting and interesting. Same goes for... Yeah. I guess that's my new philosophy on life. I want an interesting life, no matter what it is. Because, let me just give you guys an example. So, me, about a year ago, in 2023, no, more than a year ago, almost 2 years ago now, maybe 1.5 years ago, I started my Genshin Impact channel about 1.5 years ago. And I still only have 20 videos on that channel. But I did already start uploading about 1.5 years ago. And wow, that was a clean shot. And I think the thing about that channel is it kept breaking my expectations. Like, it felt really weird when I got my first viewers on that channel. Because at first, when I made the first video, I was just expecting, I don't know, just a few views. I mean, of course, I hoped I would get more, but realistically, I thought, hey, I'm probably gonna get a few views, and I could build upon that viewer base as long as I edit, as long as I edit and make good quality videos. People will watch me, and people will appreciate seeing my videos, and people will get to know me more, and people will, well, and then maybe I could make a career, or not even a career. I just wanted to have a fun group, or like a fun little community where I could just play video games, have fun, and everyone around me would also watch me for me, no matter what game I play. That was probably my one and only goal I had with that channel. Of course, later on, when I did see a bit of success, I started thinking of it more of like a job, and thinking of it more like something I have to invest my time into, and instead of thinking of it like a hobby where I get to hang out with people all around the world, it became more of a job I had to spend a lot of time into, playing a game I barely even play now. That is Genshin Impact, by the way. I'm just saying, even though, yeah, I just think things have changed a lot for me. Like my first video, when I expected it to get like a few views, but then it got like 400, I'm pretty sure, a few hundred. I was really happy. And the next couple videos, they performed worse than the first one, because they were sequels. Sequels always perform worse. But yeah, so I did feel like that's just human psychology in a nutshell. I did feel pretty bad because, like, of course you would wish your videos would perform better. But at that point I also thought, hey, this isn't working out. My sequels aren't working out. I should probably do something else. And then I started making the Eula video. Eula video got 20,000 views out of nowhere. Although I should say I did do pretty good job with editing. Yeah. And also a bit of me catching the hype as well, because Eula had a very long rerun. I mean, she still has a very long rerun right now. I'm pretty sure she hasn't had a rerun in like ages. But yeah, when I got that 20,000 view video, I was really, my mind got blown to some extent. I was like, oh, Jesus, people watch me, people like my editing, people stay to see my videos. And that's when I mean, it went from excitement, happiness, and just shock in general, to when the second video and the third video after I released the Eula video, when they got a few hundred views, it really hit me back pretty hard though. Pretty harsh. Pretty hard mentally, because I was like, hey, my videos are doing way worse than this one other video. So it made me doubt how good my videos were. It made me doubt how well my editing was, and how good my personality was. And I started doubting myself, thinking, hey, maybe I'm just not that charming, or I just don't have the entertainment brain that's needed to make videos. But more and more I start to realize, well, part of it is also luck, but a big chunk of YouTube is genuinely skill and also just hard work. And if you can pay off someone to do the hard labor, you can succeed a lot easier. But if you're just starting out, it's really hard to actually build a following or just build something. It's like building a sandcastle in the middle of the sea. You first have to layer all those sand. You first have to layer all the sand and build a foundation. That way you can actually have something to build on. If you don't have that, then it's going to be pretty hard to build a sandcastle in the middle of the sea. But if you already have money, you can just pay to get the sand foundation already put in there for you. And if you already have the foundation, it's a lot easier to make more videos. Like, I'm not saying YouTube is all about money. I'm just saying having money does make it easier, as with anything in life. So unless you really want to just only chase YouTube, I really thought hard about it, and I'm not someone who likes being restricted with ideas and being restricted to a certain upload schedule or a certain just anything that bounds my freedom. I don't like that. It really fucks with my motivation. And I really thought hard about it. Since I have the gift of, I guess, intelligence, I think intelligence shouldn't just be your SAT score or like your school exam, your points on an exam. But I think intelligence comes in many forms. And since I do have it in the form of exams and the current schooling system, I should take advantage of that and use it to my advantage, you know? And just spend time actually learning, actually getting an engineering degree, so I have it easier for whenever I want to pursue anything else that needs creativity of any sort. So I'm just really, I'm not sure. After thinking about it, I'm just gonna do YouTube pure as a hobby, as a creative side hustle. And if I don't have time for it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Except for this channel. This channel is pretty much just uploading videos for me to yap and be all emotional about things. I think being emotional is good. It's what makes us human. It's what makes the experience of life just that much more interesting. Just wish it was a lot easier. Just wish life had a guide. You know, just like I wish they had like a tutorial. Or I wish my parents could just teach me that. But well, I figured it out in my own way. And maybe this is for the best. Maybe everyone should have their own way of figuring things out and thinking things through. Because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of the things that I seen on YouTube, like from Dr. K or from different motivational channels or different mental health tips. It's always good and all. It's always nice, fine and dandy to have people give tips and give inspirational quotes that definitely work for them. I don't know. It's just not something you can just give somebody. They have to come up with that with their own brain. They have to really experience multiple parts of life, multiple hardships to be at the right place to experience that, whatever the hardship or whatever the quote is. And like, I find myself a lot of the times concluding, or I find myself a lot of the times thinking and then looking back and then just have the same conclusion as the quotes that I've been looking at. And it's just like the whole be water thing from Bruce Lee. I really had to think for myself. I really had to combine that with my daily life and everything I've been through to come to that conclusion as well. To really think through and come to that same conclusion. That I have to be water. That I shouldn't blame myself for being... that I should give myself time to melt. Especially when I'm frozen. Like, in new situations, you're like a big ice cube trying to fit into any form of a what's it called? A beaker? No, what's it called? Something to put things into. Let's just say a glass. If you want to fit yourself, especially if you're a square cube, if you're a cube of ice, and you try to fit yourself into a circle-shaped glass, or a cylindrical-shaped glass, you can't really fit through that. And you have to wait till you melt to be able to fit yourself in and become a glass of water. So, give yourself time to melt. Don't start blaming yourself and thinking that you can't do it because you are blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Give yourself some slack. Just think about what you want, and if the thing that you're doing aligns with whatever you believe in. And don't get discouraged. I hope this is understandable, or this is intuitive in any sense. I know. Playing games is fun and all, but I feel like I'm kind of just rambling and yapping. But again, I'm gonna cut myself some slack because I'm doing this every single day. And this every single day is not gonna work if I'm holding myself up to a standard that I cannot keep. So, yeah, I guess get used to me being myself. Because who else is there? Who else is there in my life except myself? Who is gonna be there for the rest of my life? Always. Even when everyone around me is dead, or everyone around me decides to leave me, who is there for me, huh? Who's gonna be there for eternity? Even when I die, who's gonna be there for me for eternity? Yes, this dude. Whoever's living inside me right now. Whoever has consciousness. And I think accepting yourself is really the first step to doing anything. Fuck all the labels. Fuck whatever you think might be important. Whatever the world might think is important. Being yourself is the most important part. Okay. But what do I need now? Ooh, money. I need money. Ah. Like right now, I've started to reach a point of not caring, to the point where I think, why am I even still uploading this? I might as well just save it for myself, just keep it unlisted if I want to save the storage. Why even upload it to public? There's literally zero reason. Well, I guess, no, I am doing it for a reason. I want someone else who may be struggling or doing anything else, or just being a bit despaired, or find life just a tad bit challenging. Look at me. Just look at me. I have had no, my life wasn't terrible, and I have privileges, but I've been through some terrible emotional journey. Made a lot of friends, lost a lot of friends, lost a lot of close family members as well throughout my life. And the more I think about it, yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty empathetic person. I actually don't even really like that about myself, because I tend to overvalue others' emotions way more than my own. Because I'm just always, I think it has to do with me coming from just having a pretty unsafe childhood. It made me not trust the world around me. It made me not trust people around me. So I had to do everything for myself, but I also wanted to have someone that could love me without any, just without any compromises. Someone that would always be there for me. Because, well, even though my mom is a very good person, she wasn't there when I needed her. And because of that, I think, well, it's also because of the divorce. You see, in China, when you get divorced, at least when I was still a kid, you went to the father's side because the mother was gonna remarry and go into a different family. My biological mother did not. So instead, she kept working and working. But at some point, things went wrong at her work, and now she has a mountain of debt to pay off. And yeah, Why does that matter? Well, she wasn't really there for me, even though I know that if this life had been different, and if I went to for some reason, for some miraculous reason, my parents loved each other and didn't divorce, or if my mom never, or if my mom took custody over us, if I could live with my mom, I think it would have been a different story. Because only when I'm at the family of my mother's side, like the family of my mother's, just, my mom's side of the family, I really I feel pretty safe. I feel like people are there for me, even if I was someone who, well, was worthless or anything, like just love without compromises. Is it compromises? Am I using the word right? I never really talk about these topics, especially not in English. So, what does love without compromises mean? I use ChatGPT so much. It's a really handy tool. Hmm. No, never mind. It's probably not really love without compromises. It's similar, like in the sense that they appreciate me as me, but also that I feel safe, that I feel like I am accepted. I feel like if anything goes wrong in my life, they are always there for me. Like there's just a whole big family there with a lots of niece and nephews. It's a completely different life. And I'm not living it right now. Because I'm in the Netherlands and not in China. But I guess that's just how my life has turned out to be. I've always felt powerless because wherever I am, it's decided upon. It doesn't really matter what I think, and it is decided upon by my guardians, by people who have a higher power over me. So that's probably the reason why then that I despise rules so much, or just having someone tell me what to do so much. Because I've had that my whole life. And this is, I guess, the first time that I really came down to it. It's pretty much just, yeah, my own projections of my life. Huh. Well, didn't expect this talk to go this far. But hey, that's why we're here. That's why I'm doing this. To let it all out. You know what? This is basically just a therapy moment for myself, where I can talk about things, my life, where I can vent and think things through. Because if you speak, you have to, in a certain way, put words in an order. You have to formulate your sentences and think things through before you speak. At least if you're speaking clearly. And I'm trying to speak clearly here. But yeah, I just really missed the kind of relationship where I felt safe, where I felt like there's always someone for me. never really felt that. Even if I did, it was a very short period, so of like a few days in a year. So I think because of that, I kind of, yeah. Because of that, I'm really into other fantasy worlds, into different kinds of stories. I'm into just immersing myself in something else other than the real world. Oh, that's something, huh? But now, even though I'm aware of it, I still find it very comforting to play this and do this. And to be honest, I'm just now learning to live on my own, live with who I am, live with what I have, and I'm trying to feel safe just being on my own. I'm trying to feel safe with myself. I think that's a pretty hard thing to do. And it's only good that I'm realizing this now. Imagine if I did this like, ouch. Wow, my sheesh. He deals a lot of damage. Oh, but it doesn't matter if I die. Again, I play games to have fun. And I have fun because life is fun. I have fun because I can. And I do things because it's fun. Ooh, crazy. Doom, doom, doom. Ouch, 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 ouch. How do I dodge? Oop. Yeah, I just feel like my brain is in a completely different zone now, ever since I've been through so much. Everything has just been so great. I mean, not literally great, because I still had a lot of rough moments, but I feel like I've become very analytical, and it's been a good part. Yeah, it has had its bad moments as well, being too analytical. Being too analytical meant that I was, well, analyzing the whole time. I was thinking the whole time. I was just not living that much. I always tried to do things that had meaning, try to do things that were meaningful, but I never found that meaning. I never was sure what is meaningful and what I really wanted with my life. But now more and more I just realize it doesn't really matter what I want. As long as I'm happy and I can live out my life, then things are great. And I shouldn't want, and I shouldn't have to change everything around me just to chase a certain dream that I don't even know is that good. So really, I should just appreciate whatever I have right now and just be happy that it's there for me. And so now I'm more and more, I'm also just appreciating whatever I can do and whatever I am doing. Like, even though I haven't started with my videos, even though I took a vacation early, all those things can be true, and it can be true that I'm probably wasting time. It still doesn't matter because I'm having fun, and I know that I still have control over my life. I'm just choosing to take a break. I'm still going to the gym. I'm still eating, at least trying to eat healthy. Yeah, eating healthy will come next. Right now I'm eating like absolute trash. But I'm going to the gym every day, and I have a pretty, yeah, I guess I do have a pretty fulfilling life. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice, pretty nice. And I enjoy it quite a lot. And it's just great, especially when thinking about the future, where I could be, where I could go, what life has to offer. Because whenever I want, like, it's really just excuses, at least for me, definitely for me. It's all excuses that life is boring or that life sucks for me. Because there's so much to do. Like, right now, if I wanted, I could buy a ticket, go to somewhere complete. I live in the EU. I could go anywhere in the EU because I have an EU passport. I have a Dutch passport, so I could go anywhere within the EU without any visa. And as long as I get my driver's license, I could even ride to anywhere I want and just sleep on the side of the road. I could do all those things. I could also take the train to Berlin or take the train to some other German place and just climb some mountains, just have fun. Yeah, I could do that at any moment. I could do any of all those things at any moment, whenever I want. Because, well, guess what? I am extremely privileged, and I just don't realize how much my life has to offer. I'm too bubbled up in my own, well, bubble. I'm too bubbled up in my own worldview, my own insecurities as well. I could be doing all kinds of different things. I think today, riding with that scooter going 50 kilometers an hour on a bike, it really did something to me. While the storm was going, it really did something to me. Just feeling alive was just, I felt, I mean, the raindrops hurt because it hurted quite a bit. It wasn't that bad, but it still hurt quite a bit. I could barely open my eyes. If I opened my eyes, it hurt because the raindrops were coming in so quick, so fast. And the wind was really hard as well, and I really had to grab on to the shoulder of my buddy on the scooter. Like, there's just so much. You feel I feel so alive doing those kinds of things, because then you really get to use your body for what it's made for as well. You have you have 5 senses and maybe even a sixth sense. But you have your senses for a reason. And when we're playing game, we're only really using, well, I wouldn't say touch. Probably just visual and audio. So it will be visual and sound. Only 2 senses. Nothing else. I guess if you're using a game controller, like a PS5 controller with those rumble controls, then you can say 3, but that's still not all 5. But when you're outside in the storm going 50 kilometers an hour on a bike, completely wet, having raindrops hitting your face like bullets, and then going at that speed, inhaling air, and just you feel a lot of different things on your skin. You feel cold, you feel wet, you feel those raindrops on you. You smell the rain, you smell the air of a storm. You can even taste the rain because you have your mouth open to breathe, because your nose is you can't really breathe through your nose because of the rain. So you can even taste the rain, and yeah, you see things, you feel things, you hear things, you can hear the speed of the wind. It's going all going whoosh whoosh, and all that stuff. It yeah, it just activates all those neuronal pathways, and it does something with your brain, and it makes me feel alive. It makes me feel great, even though it was, in fact, I mean, physically, it's a painful experience and a pretty challenging experience as well. I really had to hold on to that. But mentally, that's the most I've felt. That's the most alive I felt in quite a while. So I guess I really should just do random ass shit whenever I want to, just to feel alive. Just to remind myself that life is in fact a lot more complex than whatever I've, well, been accustomed to now. There is a life outside of my bedroom. There is a life outside of the fake worlds, the fantasy worlds. I mean, it's good to sometimes escape reality and be living in a different fantasy realm. It's good to listen to music. It's good to do all those things, to appreciate all those media and entertainment. But it's also good to go outside and actually live. And that's what I mean. Like, everyone keeps telling me, everyone says, go outside, live. Go live, you bum. Go live, you worthless piece of trash. Stop doing nothing and go outside. Take a walk. But it's like, why the hell would I want to walk? But that's the part that's, yeah, I guess that's the part that really, that's the part that demotivates me. I always see going outside as something that's boring. Because, well, what is there to do? But that's because I haven't been trying to think of things to do. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of things to do all the time. I could take my bike and just bike all the way to Germany if I wanted to. I could do many things if I wanted to. Definitely way more than whatever I could do on my screens and on my phones. And I don't mean that phones are completely bad either. It's just that there should be a balance with these kinds of things. Like, I've made quite a lot of progress, especially physically as well. I haven't been actively dieting, but I'm pretty sure my muscles have been growing and I've lost some fat as well. Yeah, it's just like, there's really just a lot to do, actually. Oh. Really makes you think, doesn't it? There's something with my pronunciations, with pronunciations of the T. Whenever I say T, I don't say the T enough. I should probably work on that. But like, look at this. Look at whatever you're seeing right now on the screen. This could be what we have IRL as well. I mean, this is what we have IRL as well. If I wanted to, I could go buy a surfing plank. I could go to Zandvoort. It's by the sea. And I could just go and surf. Doesn't matter. I could just go do it. Yeah, I could. I could go to Germany tomorrow. There's no reason why I shouldn't be going there. except for, well, me being lazy. I'm pretty tight on money right now as well. So that's one of the limiting factors. But even just things that are free, I could go take a bike ride and I don't know, go somewhere. Take the bike and just go somewhere, go hiking somewhere, just go. Yeah, there isn't really much to hike in the Netherlands, but yeah, probably I could go hiking. Like there are so many places I could go. Yeah. A lot of it just is just my mind making up excuses so it can laze around, do nothing. That's what I don't get though. Like I guess I get that our mind tries to save energy, but at the same time, come on. Going outside really makes you feel alive. Okay, sorry for the music. Okay, stop now. All right, that's better. Going back to the webcam. I don't know. I think, yeah, I should really reevaluate what my mind, like the math my mind does sometimes with how we, like what it thinks is an energy saving method, but it's really just a life destroying method of lazing around, doing nothing. Probably, you know what? Probably the one way to get out of this as well is to just fully indulge in it. So if you play games, play it till you have to vomit, till you have nothing else you want to do. If you want to read a book, read it till you are absolutely just bored out of your mind. Can't do anything else. If you do that, then maybe don't hold me onto this, but maybe this is just a theory. This is just a theory. Sorry. Fuck. I hate my canker sore. It still hurts so much I can't pronounce anything now. But anyways, back to the theory. I think if you do that enough, it's a pretty self-destructive way, but it should be a way to tell your body or your mind, hey, see, it's not efficient at all, actually. Whatever you're doing right now, it's not working. So I think you have to convince it that you have to change your lifestyle. Yeah, that's probably it. I should probably just, Too bad I don't have a GoPro, but I should probably just go somewhere tomorrow. When I wake up, I should probably just go outside, take a walk. Or maybe I'll just take the bike with me. Go biking, go bike around for like an hour. Come back. Think about what else I want to do. Buy some shit, do some things. And then just show my mind that, in fact, it isn't saving energy just lazing around. But in fact, it's saving energy by doing things that are so fun and so rewarding, with serotonin, with dopamine, things that are so rewarding that it feels alive, that gives it the drive to continue forward, that it makes my life way better. That way, its life gets better too, because I eat healthier, I do healthier things. I mean, I'm already working out every single day, but if I do that as well, I mean, who knows? It could even be, it could be even better, huh? Yeah. I guess that's a plan. I'm just gonna do it then. I'm just gonna do it. Gonna do it. And we'll see what works out. Ain't that right? Ain't that right? Ain't that right? My muscles sore so much. Oh my god. Well, anyways, thank you for listening. I'll be back tomorrow to see and probably report on how things are going. I'll be back on another gaming slash just yapping, not really a stream, but it's practically a stream. It's okay, whatever. Bye bye. Bye.